Headed out for the second possession. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. To throw, Williams. And he'll find Hall. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Working out of the gun, Williams. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit. And now it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. They go play action here on first down. He'll dump this off to Achane. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Operating from the gun, McKinley. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevens. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run for it with Achane. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
Baldwin now to return. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards at a first. Throwing is Williams. He finds Douglas complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
To the air, Williams. He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. To the air once more, Williams. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McKinley. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevens. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Operating from the gun, McKinley. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 95 yards, and a score.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch every one thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category. 2nd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Vikings first down.
Up the middle, Achane. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Patton, the man in motion. 2nd and 9 now. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Minnesota.
Back to throw. McKinley. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. McKinley. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
He saw the pressure and he got out, but he never got upfield. And the defense, they took full advantage of a rookie mistake there. They were able to add a big loss on the sack.
Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
On play action, here's Williams. And got his man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 27 yards there, a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw is Williams. And it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's Williams. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. Now,
touchdown Panthers. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. But the Vikings offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 4. This one complete to Patton. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
5-yard gain on the play. First down, Vikings.
Back to throw. McKinley. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. 2nd and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Rolling to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Achane.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Vikings on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. McKinley. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now it's Baldwin. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Panthers offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Off the play fake, it's Williams.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
Back to throw. Williams. The throw taken in by Cole. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
To throw once more, here's Williams. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
At the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Back to throw again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And out of bounds right around the 20. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams.
That's to Bowers once again.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Operating from the gun, Williams.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break, Williams. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you, too, in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin our tour of the trip up to Toronto, Canada, where you see the final score there. Rashee Rice, a touchdown catch.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. McKinley. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
From the gun on 3rd down. McKinley. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. McKinley. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Devon Achane.
27 yards.
And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get 1 look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. To throw, Williams. This is caught by Addison.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
To throw, it's Williams.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Pass complete right side to Bowers.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
They'll run on first down.
Cole down to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing is Williams. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Out to Cole on the right side.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Cole trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
To the air, Williams.
Keeps himself upright. Flush. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McKinley.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there for Minnesota. 51 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. Fights through and now a crease. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. The short throw pulled in by Bellinger. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
On the handoff, it's Achane. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. They'll wind up losing 3 yards there on the play as that'll lead to a 2nd and goal. Now a toss right side. Achane with it. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there. 8 yards moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. Now the extra point. It's up and good, and they take the lead by a point, 17-16. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent 1st half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
And out now come the Vikings. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. McKinley. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings will add to their 4th quarter lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. It's complete to Cole. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
They'll go play action here with Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open out on the left side, this is Cole. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
To the air once more, Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone knows to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. McKinley. They set up the screen. Achane has it. Room here to run. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. McKinley. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Stevens. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He finds his man complete. It's Stevens. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And the Vikings first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Stevens. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Williams.
He finds Douglas complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Williams going to look to throw again.
He finds his man complete. That's Douglas.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll look to throw again. The throw taken in by Cole.
2nd and 9.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On 4th down, here's Williams.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
2nd and 11. And they'll give this to Achane.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Vikings,
the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win.
and they will head back home